Leon, let's get right to it.
Yeah.
You had to feel good if you were a Celtics fan watching what you watched at the Garden.
Yeah, you had to feel great. Celtics fans, you wanted to come out there and play defense for us, the team-wise, and you want to go out there and play hard. And they came out there that first game, and you wanted to see how they was going to handle that atmosphere, that momentum, and they did that. And the Celtics fans should be very happy.
And Kristaps Porzingis looked like he had about 6 weeks of energy bundled up inside that he couldn't wait to get out on the court and take it out on someone. What was it like to watch him and explosiveness and just everything he did?
Yeah, it was fun to watch. He came out there like with a man with his hair on fire, and he took advantage of mismatches. And that's what you want to do. You want to take advantage of your mismatch. He's 7'3", and they don't have nobody that can guard him. And he get to his spots, and you shoot right over him. It's like an uncontested shot, and that's what he was doing throughout the whole game. But his defense was really key.
Well, and he had that 30-second sequence where he hit a thunderous dunk and then came back and blocked a shot down the other end. And I think Hauser nailed one from the corner, and the crowd just erupts. What does that do for a team, especially when you see a guy that you know can be that good and is that good when he returns?
Oh, that do a lot for the team. That gives a team confidence. That gives you confidence, your self-confidence, and also your fan base. It energizes them. It gets the building really coming alive and really into the game. And so that's what's going on with that when you see that player do that type of thing.
And then when they cut it to 8, you knew they were going to make a run.
Yes.
Jaylen Brown stepped up defensively, especially with a couple of key blocks. How this team, you and I have talked about different seasons, different teams. This team seems to be very good at kind of pausing and then regrouping and get it going again.
Yeah, unlike the last finals, you notice they wasn't good at doing that. This finals right now, especially this game 1, they seen the momentum shift a little bit, call a timeout, they paused, they settled down, and they said, look, we've been here before, and let's calm down and go out here and play the defense like we know how to play and rely on that until our offense catch back up.
Lots of different leaders on this team. Take us back to your days in 08 when you guys won a title. The players, Horford and Drew Holiday, said that they called a timeout and it was cut down to 8. And it was Jaylen Brown who stepped up and said some things in the huddle to kind of get him back on track.
Yeah.
How did you guys handle that? And was it a KG? Was it a Ray Allen? Was it a Paul Pierce? Who were the guys that stepped up in those situations for you in the huddle?
In the huddle, it was a KG, but most important, it was also a James Posey and P.J. Brown stepped up really big for us in those type of moments to get our composure back, to get us settled down, and playing the basketball we know how to play. We've been playing all year, and that's what this team did yesterday. They really honed in on what they had to do, and really when the tide shifted and they got that thing down to 8, and Jaylen Brown and company came in there and was like, no, settle down and let's get back what we doing and what we do best.
And tell us what they did best defensively. Break it down in simple terms for our fans out there of how they defended Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, simple terms, man. Like sometimes Luka, he wants you to put 2 on the ball when you go to the pick and roll with him. But what the Celtics did, no, they switched. And they stayed home with everybody else. So they said, if you're going to get 50 points, go ahead and get it. But you're going one-on-one against our set defense, and we don't think you can beat us one-on-one by yourself. You are Kyrie Irving. So we're going to switch. We're going to let you go one-on-one, but guess what? Your assist is going to be low, and the other players is not going to get involved. They're going to be watching you.
Yeah, they only had 9 assists, and the Celtics had 9 blocks, which is just, you never see those kind of numbers in a game. And with the Doncic type, it almost seemed to me, too, like they have so many good defenders that it's like a heavyweight fight. We're just going to continue to pound you with defense and wear you down. And anybody, right, in that situation will get worn down by the end of the game. Yeah,
that gives me a good feeling. I'm smiling because that's that 08 feeling that I got. I seen that game. It was 08. I'm like, ooh, wait, this is that 08 defense. And what we wear you down, we wear on you. And if one person can't get it done, we switch. Go ahead, Derek White, you get him. Go ahead, Posey, you get him. We keep doing it until we find a good matchup. But we don't double. And that's what this team is. They do not double, and that's what the Mavericks rely on, teams doubling them. And we did a little reverse psychology right there.
And it worked. All right, so now today's Overreaction Friday.
Yes.
And now the teams regroup. Saturday's a day of practice, and then Game 2 on Sunday. take us through both sides. What are the Celtics saying now, and what are the Dallas Mavericks saying, and what are they doing to respond?
Well, the Celtics saying, like, we did a great job. We did a great job of making Luka play in the crowd when he got in the lane, but we did a great job also not overreacting to his ball screens and everything, so we overhelped. We didn't do that. We let him play one-on-one, and so let's continue to do that. But there's some things we can clean up better, like that third quarter when they got it to 8, took some ill-advised shots. Now, Dallas, on the other hand, they saying, okay, we was playing one-on-one. That didn't work with this team. This Celtics team is too dynamic defensively. We can't do that. So what we need more people involved, more ball movement, more quick decisions. And I think if they can do that, they give themselves a way better chance in Game 2. And
let's talk about Jayson Tatum. He said after the game that he had too many turnovers,
yes,
what have you. But explain to the fans out there how he's kind of evolved, right?
Yeah.
You know he can put up 30-something in a game if he needs to.
Yes.
But Luka had 30 in Game 1, and it was very kind of like, 30.
Yeah.
But Tatum, moving the ball, 11 rebounds, get 5 assists to go with his points.
Yeah.
How much has he evolved? And explain to the fans that maybe criticize, well, he's not scoring 30 points a game, and he's not the player that he should be.
Yeah. No, Tatum evolved a lot. With this team, you don't have to score 30 every game because we got so many other players that can create for themselves and create for others. You do not have to. You just got to fill out the game. And what Tatum does right now is fill out the game like a veteran. You fill out the game and see what the game needs and see what your team needs, and that's how you go from there. And what he realized early, they was playing boxes and elbows against him, loading up on all his touches. He was catching it a little too far out, but loading up on all his touches. So he said he just going to bait the defense and try to draw and kick. And he made up his mind what he was going to do. And that's the evolution of him. And that's why our team is such a great team.
All right, the judge on X, on Twitter.
Yes, the judge is here.
Yeah, the judge is here. Judge us Game 2.
Yeah.
What do you want to see from the fans? What's it going to be? Who are you putting in the jury box? Is it Kyrie?
Yeah.
What do you want to do here?
Yeah, as the judge and as the president of C's Nation, we want to see a lot more from the fans because I heard my little birdie on the street saying Kyrie said it wasn't loud enough. He thought it was going to be louder in there. And so as a judge and as the president, that was on me. I should have told the fans they should have been a little bit louder. And that's my mistake, and we're going to do that. We're going to finish that job in Game 2. And then for the people that's coming to my courtroom, we already had a couple of sports arrest warrants out already. They picked the Mavs in 6 or 5, and I don't know how that's looking right now, but they know who they are. We have to let one go, but we got 2 in custody. Further notice, the judge.
Yes, you got to get the truth maybe as your assistant judge, right? Mm-hmm. Paul Pierce. Leon, thanks for joining us. Good to see you again, my friend.
Thank you, as always.
Enjoy the weekend.
Yep.